You have to be disciplined in this airplane, not only to be effective, but to also be very safe. When you're on a drop, you don't have a lot of time to sit there and think about it. He needs to show me that he can do this job all on his own.
This has absolutely been the most arduous and rigorous training I have ever experienced in my life.
He's got 4 more drops to finish his task book.
I could see the finish line. I am so close, but I feel like I'm also on pause, just due to lack of fire activity.
111, vegetation fire.
Previously on Airborne Firefighters.
So this is my first season as a trainee in the air tanker. My dad and I would always go to the airport to have picnics or chase airplanes. And we would chase fires just to watch the aircraft drop on fires. And I absolutely fell in love with aviation, and particularly the firefighting aspect of aviation. Before I came here, I flew private jets. I did that for about 15 years before coming to CalFire. It is very difficult to bid and actually get a slot in tanker training because there are so few slots available. It is extra difficult considering that you get one shot at it. The pass rate in tanker training school is about a 50-50 pass rate. There's an extensive task book that we have to get completed to even go for your initial attack card at the end of the training process.
The funny tradition that they have here is you get your retardant bath, where, something like the Gatorade bucket, when you win the Super Bowl or win the championship, they fill up a bucket of retardant and douse you in it at the end. So that's the thing we're all waiting for, right? At the end, it's to get that retardant bath.
My goal for 2024 is certainly to be done with training, and my goodness, we are on the precipice of that. We are really close.
South Op, San Andreas, Camino, Mariposa, Stanislaus, Fresno, Sierra, Columbia with the boarding lineup, available on base, Air Attack 440, Tanker 83, Copter 603, affirmative air rescue, negative night missions. Tanker 82 is out of service approximately noon, cut off this evening, 1851. All right, today, locally elevated fire weather conditions at times through Monday due to gusty winds and low humidity. Dry weather expected through Tuesday with above normal high temperatures. Locally gusty winds at times will result in periods of elevated fire weather concerns. Much cooler weather Wednesday with gusty wind, higher humidity, and light precipitation possible over the higher elevations.
I'm working with Rich Slink right now. He's one of the more senior S2 pilots in the entire group. He's been doing this for a long time. He has so much little nuggets of wisdom that he's learned through experience that is genuinely irreplaceable.
My name is Richard Schlink. I've been teaching in the S2 now for about 10 years.
Columbia is a very important airport that we all have to visit at some point in our training.
Columbia is unique because of its location. The terrain is varied from flat grass rolling terrain into the oaks, deep mountain canyons of the Sierras to the deserts on the east side. Very challenging in that respect because it's not one particular type of fuel model or terrain. We try to get people here toward the end of their training. It gives the pilot a little bit more experience, some flight time in the airplane and stuff. So when they come here and they're expected to perform at a little bit higher level, that they're not underwater.
Where I'm at right now with training is a very exciting and anxious spot, but I am right at the end of stage 4.
We used to call it initial attack candidacy, and the whole concept of stage 4 is that you have to do 25 unassisted but supervised drops. In other words, someone's watching. So as an instructor, I'm kind of there like a check airman. I am just watching him. I really shouldn't have to teach at all. He needs to show me that he can do this job all on his own.
Report of vegetation fire, Camp 9 Road, cross for Parrots Ferry Road. Check back on command 12-0702.
The margin for error is absolutely smaller out of here. The runway is more narrow than most. At the end of either side of the runway, you have tall trees, rising terrain, and those all become a factor really quickly on a hot day, where density altitude comes up and the airplane just doesn't perform as well.
404 Battalion 4413. First SU will be the Pro IC on TAC 80706.
Show me what you got. If you think you're so hot, wanna make it to the top, you gotta hang with the big shots.
Every student and pilot has strengths and weaknesses. That's natural. Doesn't matter who you are, what kind of background you have. When a pilot has a weakness, this job inherently highlights it. As an instructor, I need to find out what that is to help them get better and succeed. I'll start picking up on little details that will make a huge difference if they change or correct them. You have to be disciplined in this airplane and in the job, not only to be effective, but to also be very safe. The reality is, when you're on a drop and something happens, you have a malfunction, or you made a mistake, or you didn't see something, it's about 1,001, 1,002, that's it. You don't have a lot of time to sit there and think about it. So flying accurately as a pilot pays huge dividends, especially when it comes to probably the hardest thing that we have to teach, which is judgment.
AirTac 440 is on scene in the Pearl incident at 4,500 level, assuming Pearl AirTac. AirTac is 22.
The priorities are going to be to keep it between the drainage and below Camp 9 Road. Any work we can do with the tankers, pre-treating the quarry side of the drainage and the whiskey side of Camp 9, and then anything on the flanks and then interior with the copter.
Pearl AirTac Tinker 82 just south of Columbia.
823004, 3,500, cleared in, one copter working 2,500, AirTacs at 4,500, set up for coverage level 4. We got power lines along the main road where all the engines are, pick those up. We got power lines right through the bottom of the fire that crossed over right where the copter's crossing right now. We'll be going indirect around the edge of the fire, got folks all along the edge of the fire. When you're ready to go to work, you have all the hazards. Obviously you have an exit with the rising terrain there. And coverage level 4, you'll be cleared to maneuver. You want a right turn?
5 operations on command.
Yeah, right turn's going to be best for this, for Tinker 82, clear to maneuver.
Ship transferring Camp 9.
603, holding the dip. Tanker 82, cleared for a right turn. 82, final, clear to drop. 603, you'll be cleared up behind the drop. Drop coming in on the left flank, drop coming in on the left flank, division Alpha. 603, cleared in for a drop. 82, load return, laid right in there. At 603, be holding the dip, and 83, if you have the copter off the drop, you're clear to maneuver.
Have time to clear to maneuver, and I'll be doing this one out of the left.
Copy the left. Final. 83, final, clear drop. Got him coming right underneath. Got him. Nice line, Jim. 83 tied right in there. We might have to step it up one wingspan to the right, but it laid right in there. Perfect load return.
Everything we do is calculated risk, and you can't get to that point unless you know for sure how you're going to be able to get down to the bottom of that canyon in smoky conditions and 2 o'clock in the afternoon when it's 100 degrees and turbulent. Obviously, perfection, I don't know in this job would ever be a realistic thing, but you got to get as close as you can as a pilot. You just strive for that. And that's also going to make you a lot safer. So when things don't go the way you expect them to, you're going to be able to perform far above somebody else who just gets it in the ballpark. In order to exercise good judgment, which is something our whole job is based on, you have to have confidence in what you can and can't do with the airplane in a particular spot that you've never been to, that is, chances are, at the worst time of the day, in the worst type of conditions. How do you have that confidence? Well, in order to build confidence, you need to know what you can and can't do with the airplane. The airplane is just a machine. It's dumb. It doesn't know anything other than what you tell it to do. If you fly a very accurate airplane, you get a very consistent result. And when you have a consistent result, you now build confidence because you know what you can and can't do with that airplane. And with confidence, that helps you build good judgment.
8-2, set up perk coverage level 6. We got a small gap right at the end of your last drop there. Might have to come back to the right flank to tie it in.
8-2, get overhead and look at it.
8-2, final, clear to drop. A2, nice tie and laid right in there, and load return. Tanker 8-3 will be working indirect on the north side of the road where all the fire engines are. We'll build the box across that top there.
And I'll do that first one out of the right there.
Copy, right hand pattern approved. 8-3, nice line. Pro IC, Pro air tack on airground. Yeah, the brush is good, covered above the engines there, and you got a good box if something jumps out of there.
Copy that. Thanks for the work.
Okay, I'll release all the aircraft. All right, let's go home.
Okay.
All aircraft released. Tanker 8-3, Tanker 8-2 landing, Columbia empty. Copter 603 at 940 ETA out of service, and AirTac 440 will be at 945 ETA.
This has absolutely been the most arduous and rigorous training I have ever experienced in my life.
It's demanding and hard for a reason. The repercussions of making little mistakes could be very large if they're not nipped in the bud early in training. You have blood on your hands as an instructor if you don't demand the absolute best of that pilot. Guys coming into the program have families and little kids, and the last thing I ever want to do is stand next to his wife and little kids over his pine box. All knowing the whole time that maybe I didn't do my job well enough or didn't demand enough of them.
There is a lower pass rate because it does take a particular type of person, and they hold an extremely high standard of safety. And if there wasn't, I do personally believe that there would be more accidents and more fatalities, and that's why it's so difficult to get through. I am expecting 1 or 2 fires to go before I am sent off for my IA card ride.
I'm working with Jerome out of Santa Rosa to try and finish up my training.
So my name is Jerome Laval. I'm a tanker pilot. I've been based here as an instructor since 2016. Been flying since I was 13, gliders and aerobatic, and I went to the French Air Force, flew some fighter jets a little bit, and corporate jets, cargo plane. When I grew up as a kid in France, I watched aerial firefighting airplanes, and I'm like, I want to do that someday. So I did other things, and then eventually ended up doing that here in the US. I arrived in this job and following the footsteps of legends. I admired them because at the time they were doing that. It was totally it was a different era, and they did it. They became my mentors. So one of them is Bob Villette. In the industry, 42 years. He started the training syllabus, and he was based here in Santa Rosa. The mentorship is very important, just to keep that link between before and now and later. So Santa Rosa is covering Clear Lake all the way down to San Francisco. So it's a big unit, and a lot more people are, come here and want to live around here. So we do have a lot of homes in what we call the urban interface. We're trying to save homes most of the time. I can see that sometimes the trainees are a little more anxious because of that, but it's part of training. Being an instructor doing tanker flying is really, for me, the top of what I can do as far as flying. When a trainee shows up, I try to understand who he is or she is. The training goes for everybody the same, but everybody's different. So I try to understand and learn about the person. The end of stage 4, where I'm right now with James, is I'm just watching that he's doing everything correctly, and I'm not saying anything. So that means he learned correctly from me and other pilots, and he's getting ready to get, the final stage check, which is the check ride. And after that, he's going to be qualified, carded.
I am extremely close. It maybe should take 1 or 2 fires, and I should be done. But we have been absolutely dead here. There has been 0 fire activity. I could see the finish line. I am so close, but I feel like I'm also on pause, just due to lack of fire activity. If there are no more fires on this shift, I go home, I take the days off, and I come back to wherever they're assigning me to, whether it's here or somewhere else, and we try again to complete the task book.
A 111 vegetation fire.
Rolling at 1321. 2-1.
Responding to vegetation fire, San Antonio Road.
Ground Tinker 5, information Oscar, taxi with Tinker 86, the flight, departure for a fire to the southwest.
Ready for takeoff.
How's it ready to climb? You're coming up.
Italian 9 has seen 1 and 2 acres, moderate risk spread in the grass, 1 structure, potentially a threat.
Okay, copy that with possible law enforcement and EMS operations.
From the smoke, 8 knots maybe on the ground-ish. We got exits out that way, towards southeast and northwest would be good places for exits. Looking for hazards.
85 set up for coverage level 3, starting at the heel and working towards the head down the right flank. Clear to maneuver if you have the drop. Looking for hazards.
Tinker 85, I have the drop. Request right turns for that one.
85 clear to maneuver right turn.
85 turning final.
Okay, 85 I enter final. That's a good line. Clear to drop.
Gonna be a climbing left turn out of this. Sounds good. Got a little late, right through here. If I clear an inch.
Okay, 85, just watching it drift down in there. A little bit of right to left drift, but most of it ended up out in the green. The load return Sonoma. Break A6 clear, maneuver tag and extend. Good tie-in. That San Antonio incident, 10 acres of grass. Forward progress of the fire is stopped by roads and retardant. Everything's looking real good from our perspective. And I'm comfortable with releasing all firefighting aircraft. If you concur.
I copy that and I concur. Thanks for the help.
North Op, St. Helena, Sonoma down staff for the evening.
He's got 4 more drops to finish his task book. And after that, he's going to fly with a calfire chief. Stu has the authority to give him the card. And I know that he just can't wait to do that because he proved to everybody else that he's capable of doing it. And so it's a little bit of a torture. He wants to get done, finished, So he will. It's a matter of time.
Have fun. Relax. Yes. It won't be. It'll be chores. All right, we'll see you in 5 days.
Our newest fleet is 7 C-130s.
The C-130 can do it all. It's really a jack of all trades.
Flying over water is difficult for us. It requires an enormous amount of communication.
We got the call that they wanted a helitorch.
We are fighting in the fire on our terms.